Everybody, thank you for watching Nibbles and Flicks. I'm your host, Jeff Reed. Don't forget to hit the like button to share all the goodness on this channel and help us reach our goal to 1,000 subscribers. And also subscribe to us as well if you're not a subscriber, just to know when the next time we have post some videos up on the channel. And let's get into this video, which we're going to do a review for Karate Kid Legends. After Kung Fu prodigy Li Fang relocates to New York City, he attracts unwanted attention from a local karate champion. He embarks on a journey to enter the ultimate karate competition with the help of Mr. Han and Daniel LaRusso. The movie is starring Ben Wang as Li Fang, Jackie Chan as Mr. Han, Joshua Jackson as Victor Lampini, Sadie Stanley as Mia Lampini, Ming-Ning Wang as Dr. Fang, who is Li's mother, and Rafael Macchio as Daniel LaRusso. So the Karate Kid franchise is something I grew up as an 80s kid, and I went to go see all the three movies in the movie theaters. I absolutely love all three movies. And I know some of them, some people like, some people don't, but I had fun with all of them. I thought they were great films, and also cultural classics as well. I wasn't a big fan of the next Karate Kid movie. I don't think anybody is. That movie was absolutely horrible. And the most recent reboot with Jaden Smith of the Karate Kid, I wasn't a fan of that either. So I was kind of excited to see what they're going to do, and they actually made a TV show that everybody loves now, is Cobra Kai. I watched a couple of seasons of it, and once it got too corny, I kind of stepped away. But I did hear the last couple of seasons that actually went back to the original formula, so maybe I'll go back one day to watch it. So I went to CinemaCon this year, and Sony had a presentation, and when you go to CinemaCon, sometimes these studios would do these presentations where they're showing you all the films, like trailers, extended scenes, and have the stars and directors come out and talk about the film. Well, they had a segment for the Karate Kid Legends where they brought out these actors who did like a fighting sequence with drums, firelights, music, stuff like that. So they really were pumping up the excitement for the movie theater owners, letting them know they have full confidence in this film. They also brought out Ralph Macchio and Ben Wang as well to talk about the film. And with that, Ben Wang basically talked about how he did all the fight scenes, he did all the stunts and everything. He's very excited about this film. And I also knew in prior projects that he worked in, I knew that he was a good actor, and he's pretty good at martial arts as well. And he's going to be in The Long Walk. If you haven't seen the trailer for that, I highly recommend go watching that. Also, they showed like the extended trailer for this film too, and two extended scenes as well, just trying to pump up, saying, hey, we have full confidence in this movie, and the movie theaters, just let us, we're just letting you guys know we might have it here. So after seeing that presentation, my expectations for this film grew high, and I was very excited to see what this film is going to be. So let's get into this review, and let's see if it met my expectations or was a disappointment. To start with the good. So the good of this movie, it has the same similar tone when it starts with this movie, just like the original Karate Kid movie. So new kid moves into a new city, finds the girl has a boyfriend slash ex-boyfriend. The boyfriend is actually a bully. They get in a fight, and new kid gets beat up. So they actually started this movie with the same tone as the original Karate Kid movie. Actually, majority of the Karate Kid movies, that's what it usually starts. So they kept that tone. I did like how they do that, but they actually went towards a different direction. So the movie goes down a different path, which I like a lot. They actually try to do something risky. And I like how the way that they started this film. And basically what they did, they used Sadie Stanley's character, Mia Lampini. She is actually the girl that Li Fang, Ben Wang's character, meets. And they actually, schoolmates, they actually like hanging out with each other. But they also introduce a new element to where when Li Fang goes to the pizzeria, he meets the pizza owner, and he finds out that actually that's the father of Sadie Stanley's character, who's played by Josh Jackson, which is Victor Lampini. And he also is a former boxer, but he's in trouble with these loan sharks who happen to be the bully's dojo master. So he owns money to the dojo, and I actually like that about the film. It kept it going, but the one thing I felt like they should have done is spent more time developing the characters when it comes to that aspect. Because when it's working on this as part of the story, the movie works pretty good. It still feels kind of generic a little bit, but it's actually taking some risks that the other films did not do when it comes to trying to emulate the actual original film. They wasn't trying to just copy and paste. They were trying to make their own thing. However, it ended quickly, that story, but I felt like during those moments, that's where the movie was actually fun, because you actually were getting a lot of character development and a lot of story from all the characters that was involved. And I kind of wish they would have kept on growing from that and adding different pieces. What's going on with the dojo, why he owns the money, blah blah blah. What's some ramifications if he doesn't get the money and all that stuff. Kind of wish they would have gotten more into that, but they didn't. And I feel like that's where the movie suffered. But those moments of that film is what I like about the film. Bang Wang carries this film. I thought he did a great job leading this film. He's very likable. He makes you like him. You actually believe this person can fight. You can believe that he can hang out with Sadie, Stanley's character, and have great chemistry. And that's one thing I did like about this film. This film, they had great chemistry. Ben Wang and Sadie Stanley had amazing chemistry, and you kind of like those moments when they're together just having fun to go around the city while she's showing him the new city, and he's teaching her manner. I thought those scenes were really good because they're actually building the characters up to you kind of care to him, and Ben Wang makes himself very likable, and you want to root for the guy because some things that he goes through from his past, you see what's going on, which affects him later in the film. But I felt Bing Wang did a great job carrying the film. I do feel like the script of the movie failed him, and he actually can do best that he can do with the script. However, I felt like he is someone who's capable to carry a franchise if the script is written, but you can say that for any actor. Now the bad, and one of the bad things I was very upset about this film is how Sony got us again. With all the promotions that were showing our advertisement, there's two faces you saw all the time. And that was Jackie Chan and also Ralph Macchio. Now, Jackie Chan is in the movie from start to finish. He does pop-ups, like guest appearance pop-ups. That's what he's doing in the film. He's not really on the film until the second half to the end. Ralph Macchio, though, was basically introduced into the film maybe like the beginning of the third half of the film, the final third of the film. And it's basically feels like he was brought on to sell tickets. He's not there to really push the story along. He does help push the story along a little bit. It's just a certain thing that he does in the film. He's telling Bang Wang's character what to do, how to win the fight. But other than that, it really wasn't a very long appearance from him, and I felt like a lot of people who go see this film expecting to see him a lot is going to be very disappointed to find out that he's not in this film much at all, just the final third of the film. I also feel the same thing about Ming Na Wen too. I feel like she was a wasted character, and I understand how you get someone at a caliber actor like her and not give her more meat of character, basically develop the character. She just plays like a tough mom. And I feel like, what happened in this film, what they show, what happened in the past, like they missed out a lot of opportunity to actually develop her character to understand why she feels this way. You understand why, but it would like to see more of the hardship of what she's going through mentally. And I think that was a complete miss by the writers. One thing that irritated about this film a lot was how generic the story was, and what I mean by that, they kept things very safe. They had everything already connected already, and they just did not take advantage of what they had in place. You got characters over here on this one side where you have Ben Wang, Sadie Stanley, and Joshua Jackson, working together, helping out Joshua Jackson's character get ready for a fight. There's connections where the ex-boyfriend is over here. He's at the dojo. His dojo master is actually the loan shark, and they're actually trying to figure out exactly how they can make up the money so they can pay off the loan shark and keep the pizzeria. So you have all this connected tissue here, and you could have used that as well for the tournament, saying, hey, we tried this way, now we're going to try the tournament. I feel like they just rushed through that one storyline to get to another, and I'm not sure it was any kind of meddling from the studio, or there was like two separate scripts, because sometimes you get multiple writers, they might have different feelings about certain things, and they might want to push their story more than the other. I really don't know what happened in this film, but I felt like they had all the connected tissue there, and they just didn't take advantage of it, and that's why this film suffers. Let's get to the bully and the bad guys. I said before, the bully is named Connor. He's played by Armis Knight. I haven't seen a lot of him in anything, but he's just the most generic villain bully of all time. There's no character development, no nothing. And I felt like there was a lot that could have been there because they showed certain parts of the film where he just did not always agree with his dojo master when it comes to certain things when he was saying to him what to do. And I felt like they could have used that more to develop his character, understand what his feelings, why he's upset that now a new person's in town and he's dating his girlfriend. I felt like there's a lot of stuff there that they could have used to make his character more stronger. And also when it comes to one scene in the movie, which I'm completely up, was like, what are we doing here? Is that when it's the first fight between Bing Wang and Iris Knight's characters in the beginning of the film. And the funny thing about this fight scene is that the bully he's telling him, I'm going to beat you. I'm going to beat your butt. And while I put my hands in my pocket, yes, put my hands in my pocket and I'm going to whoop your butt. And he did. He did. He did beat him. But later on, maybe like mid through the movie, when the loan shark comes to beat up Josh Jackson's characters, Bing Wen is out there saving him. Now these loan shark guys are coming, basically henchmen, are not just like wimpy dudes. Like these dudes you look at these guys, you're like, okay, these guys mean business, and they got bats in their hand. So, and Ben Wayne's character beats them, and that's kind of like, wait, hold on a second, wait a second. He can beat these grown up loan shark henchmen with bats, but he can't beat another teenager who put his hands in his pocket. Like, what were we doing? Like, I don't care if this kid is the 5-time champion of New York City in karate. That makes absolutely no sense whatsoever. One of the things that really irritated me about this film as well is the editing choices. I felt the editing choices of this film was too atrocious. Once they realized that they spent too much time on one story and they needed to do this karate tournament, it seemed like they just rushed through everything. They just cut through everything. Scenes feel like they're not even complete yet. They just jump cut to another scene. And it got to a point where they were just, they say, you know what, we're going to use these graphics to let you know that days are going through the week. And these graphics were kind of like video game graphics, and they were not good at all. However, I felt like this film, which was like almost, I want to say 98 minutes, and without the credits, I felt like it was maybe hour 25 or something like that, hour 26 minutes. But I feel like this movie could have used another 10 to 15 minutes just to like stretch out the story, focus on character development, just make everything more smoother. It may not make the movie 10 times better, but at least we were understand exactly why the characters and what's going on in the story. So everything doesn't look good. So when I say the tournament was quick, the tournament was quick. You get to the final very quickly, and they use like jump cuts and stuff like that to get to the final of the tournament, and it felt like 5 minutes. Usually when you watch Karate Kid movies, the whole tournament feels like a good 20 minutes of the film. It felt like 5 minutes, and it felt like 5 minutes for him to get to the final, and maybe another 8 minutes for the final. And I just felt like they just rushed everything without taking their time, understanding that, I don't know, like I said before, I don't know if the studio said we want a certain amount of minutes in this film, but I felt like they should have just kept at least 10 more minutes. Maybe those 10 minutes really sucked and they just cut them off, but I feel like this movie could have used more time to develop the story, the characters, and definitely the tournament, because that's why you're here. You're here to watch this karate tournament, and they just blind right through it, like 10 minutes of it. Like, who wants to see a Karate Kid movie and only see 10 minutes of a tournament? That sounds stupid, right? You might as well watch Cobra Kai. You get more time watching them fight in Cobra Kai than you get in this movie. Like, completely stupid. So the final verdict. So you probably think I'm going to give this a very low score, but honestly, I'm giving this movie 2 out of 4 snacks. And the reason why I'm doing that is because there is some good in this film. Even though the story is very generic, very meh, there is still some good in this film. The action pieces, when it's not rushed, when it's actually take their time and actually do it, and if you spend some time with them during the action pieces, is very fun and very entertaining. Bing Wang was actually great for what he worked with, even though the script failed him. I felt like he had a lot of chemistry when it came to most of the characters in the film, especially Stanley's character. I feel like they were the heart of the film. Even though we don't get a lot of Jackie Chan and Ralph Macchio, I just felt like when they were on screen, it was very enjoyable, and I kind of wish they would have introduced both characters earlier and kept them on in the movie as much as possible, because it was just especially great, especially when it comes to training Ben, I would like to see more of that. I feel like we lost a lot in there, and that was some of the issues once they had to get to the tournament and prepare for it. There's a lot of jump cuts and very small scenes, cut, and I wish we had spent more time so we can understand the life lessons that they both of them are trying to give Ben Wang's character. We just missed that completely in this film. The film doesn't know what it wants to do, and the villains are very boring. I wish, like I said before, there was all the connective tissues were there. They just didn't take advantage of it and actually put everything together as well. The editing and the graphics, I don't know why. Maybe the studio had their own ideas where how long the movie should have been. Like I said before, another 10-15 minutes would help this film, maybe, if it's good footage was taken. And if I just don't understand why Sony did not take any risk. You're rebooting a new franchise. You're starting a new Karate Kid franchise. Everybody's already excited about Cobra Kai. You bring this movie out. The product, the franchise is looking good. Take advantage of it. Take some swings. Make a creative story. Focus on the story and characters to the point where you have everybody invested in this franchise. I mean, how can you have something, you're coming off of a great TV show, which everybody's loving and was excited for, and actually end it, and now you're bringing in a new wave of generation of Karate Kid into the mode, and you don't take wild swings. I felt like that was the purpose of making this movie, so we can carry on the excitement for Karate Kid, and Sony completely missed. I don't even know that they're gonna make a second film. I don't think they'll really deserve it. But this is how I feel. But what do you guys think? Did you guys see Karate Kid Legends? What do you think about the film? Do you agree everything I say? Do you disagree? Let me know in the comment section. Like, whatever you like. If you did like this film, let me know why you like this film. Let's have a good conversation about it. But thank you for watching. Don't forget to hit that like button. Help us spread our channel to reach our goal for 1,000 subscribers. Don't forget to put what your favorite snacks is. Mine is popcorn. Yes, very boring, but I do love candy and I love all the types of candy. But let me know what your favorite snack is too whenever you watch a movie. And thank you for watching. I'll see you next video. Take care. Goodbye.